Hi, today at Entrepreneur, we have with us Upasana Thakur, co-founder MobiKwik. Upasana, thank you for talking to us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
So Upasana, how's it life been for you, a first IPO, being a fintech player in India?
I think the life is same. I think I've been building out MobiKwik for the last 15 years. So I think that keeps on going. IPO was a milestone and sort of a validation of having achieved a certain scale and, be able to come to the public markets. But I think from here on, given that FinTech India is such a large TAM, so it continues to be a growth story, but of course balanced with profitability. And in capital markets, there's always this thing that you want to have predictive growth, and it can't be uneven and up and down. So we are managing growth, profitability, and of course we continue to be in a regulated sector. So we have to innovate while being within the boundaries of regulation.
Sure, but how much pressure does it put for every quarter or keeping the compliances that government face?
I think that this age, being a founder is not for the faint-hearted. So pressure will always be there. I don't think the pressure is any less or any more now that we are listed. The pressure has always been the same, consistent. Like you have to motivate the team, set the right path, set the right vision, and then execute on that vision as well. So I think we keep operating with the same optimism towards the market and trying to deliver better and better products for our customers. I think that the FinTech India opportunity is so large that not just a few, but I expect that over the course of next 2 years, maybe India will have, Y23, but maybe at least 10, 20 listed FinTechs itself. And there's enough depth in the market. So we are very positive and optimistic about the growth prospects.
So Upasana, we've seen AI revolutionizing various other sectors. So how is it impacting FinTech industry?
Well, I don't think it's impacting, but I think it will bring about positive changes in terms of the efficiency of how we do things. So if you think about usage of AI in terms of how we enable our vernacular users to use products of ours, which are mostly in English. If you think about, operations and customer support, how that can be streamlined. You can also think about how our models, whether they are fraud detection models or credit underwriting models, they can be augmented by the use of AI in addition to, machine learning, which many of the FinTech players have already been using. So I think we are thinking in those directions and have started, deploying. Apart from that, being a product and tech company, I think every day now we are reading from founders of large companies in Silicon Valley that how fast can AI start writing code and help our engineers to write code better and faster. So I think all of that, we are just at the beginning of in the Indian ecosystem. And I think I expect in the next 1 or 2 years, the real positive impact in terms of efficiency and productivity and cost optimization, will play out.
Okay. And lastly, how big is cybersecurity a concern for an enterprise like you, which largely depends on data?
Well, any institution that is handling the customer's money, has to always be concerned about security. And whether it is fintechs, whether it is banks, whether it's AMCs, we are all working every day, every week, every month to augment our security per se, because the fraudsters and their MO in terms of how they try to dupe customers or how they try to do attacks on the systems, they continue to also innovate on a daily basis. So threats from a security perspective continue to be an important area of work for all fintech companies, because ultimately if we don't have the consumers' trust, then how will they park their money with us or use their money via our apps? And I think continuing to sort of do things so that we can strengthen their trust in our platform is something that all founders think about as the number one priority.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.